Much as you were at the top of the table over in League One, as of course Rotherham lead the charge with it, with Wigan breathing down their necks. But who's going to take advantage this week? We'll take a little look. Nick! Another prediction video today. We'll look forward to match day number, I don't even bloody know. I think it's match day number 41. That's right, over in League One. I've got a visitor, a little dog here, dog napping with us. So if you hear a little bit of distress, it's because the dog is watching me. It's not Luna. Luna's, of course, prancing around like she owes an enjoy, but of course we've got a little friend anyway. Anyway, we'll get to that in a second. Of course, big shout out to our VIPs, the other patrons, guys. This is your one-stop shop for League One football, Blackburn Rovers, everything here under one rooski. Anyway, so we're going to kick it on forward to the next round of matches, but of course, before all that, we're going to recap results from last weekend. So here are we. So here we go, drop the deep end. Just a few games, just 6 of them on the agenda there. So really, it's pretty much as you were, like I said, at the top of the hour there, of course. So Accrington Stanley picked up a 2-1 loss against Gillingham. Big win for them as well. Moving in and out of the playoff, out of the drop zone. And of course, boosting their survival hopes tremendously. Meanwhile, Doncaster Rovers did get beat by Charlton. Of course, they're on the move up to 14th. Of course, Doncaster well in trouble and probably going to go down alongside Crewe. Meanwhile, Ipswich Town with the 1-0 win over Plymouth. Dented, of course, the Green Army's promotion push, but they remain in 4th. And, of course, Ipswich Town move up to 9th. Wow. Just 5 points out of the playoffs at the moment. Me or Sheffield Wednesday are in the playoffs. I think 6th spot for them. 4-1 winners over Cheltenham Town as well. 2-0 win was me as well. Shrewsbury with the 1-0 win over Lincoln. Called it, lads. Absolutely called it. And, of course, wrapping up right there. Of course, Cambridge with a 1-0 win over Wimbledon, who are also in a bit of bother as well. So, as you can see, did pretty well for myself. But well done to Gillingham getting themselves out of the playoffs. This is, of course, the table as it stands. 80 points is the score for Rotherham at the moment. Just 1 point clear of Wigan, who have 2 games in hand, of course, and MK Dons are breathing down their necks with a shot at the top 2 spots as well. Plymouth, Oxford and Sheffield Wednesday in the playoffs for the moment. Of course, Sunderland got a bit of work to do to get in the top 6 for themselves. Down the further, of course, it is Crewe, Doncaster, Morecambe and Wimbledon going down for the time being. It could all change very, very soon, of course, so we'll see how all that pans out very, very in the next game. So here is the leaderboard for the Prediction League for this week, and it's big shout out to Owls on tour, 6 points there. Well done, do 6 out of 6. That's 100% success rate. Wow. Meanwhile, of course, for the mini leaderboard, for the second half of the campaign, it is Deep at the Great running away with it with 102 points. He's actually flexed his muscles there as he kicks ass and takes some names. Meanwhile, of course, we are entering the month of April, so let's take a look at, of course, the predictor of the month for the month of March. That's right. You can win multiple months. You can be multiple winners, of course. So we'll see who, of course, is victorious for the month of March right here, right now. So the winner is Deep at the Great once again. Oh, could it be? Look at this. He's won 4 of them so far. He's absolutely kicked ass and took names in League One, and he's running away with it for the time being. But of course, can he be caught in the actual leaderboard? Let's have a little look at it, shall we? Monster leaderboard it is, and of course, sitting at the top of the table is actually 30-77. Actually, well done to him. 10 points clear of Deep at the Great for the time being as well. We still have a race on our hands, of course. Hopefully, it'll get a bit more spicy as, of course, the season comes to a conclusion. But right here, right now, I'd say it's a top 5, top 6 race. I'd even include Russell Fosh. You can't rule him out. Can't rule him out at the moment. So let's take a look at the next round of matches. Of course, coming at you this weekend. That's the link. Get involved, free to enter. Let's get, of course, into it. Of course, looking at the games. Kicking it all off with Accrington Stanley up against Cheltenham, of course, coming at you this Saturday. Now, these two sides have played 18 times 2009. 6 wins at Accrington, 7 wins at Cheltenham, and 5 draws. Of course, just 1 win and 5 for Accrington at the moment. It's 42% form up against the Cheltenham side, who've won 3 and lost 3 over the last 6. 50% form for them at the moment. Of course, last time around, though, in Accrington, it was a 3-1 win for Accrington. That was back in December 2018. That was in the FA Cup. Meanwhile, last time they played each other in the league, it was a 1-1 draw back in September 2017 over in Accrington. Of course, they played each other this campaign in Cheltenham. It was a 1-0 win for Cheltenham. That was back in October, of course, 2021. Accrington coming to this on the back of that 2-1 loss against Gillingham, with, of course, Cheltenham losing 4-1 to Sheffield Wednesday back in, of course, the 26th of March. The odds on this one then, 5-4 is your Stanley, 2-1 is, of course, your Cheltenham, and 5-2 is your draw. Of course, we got Nerf in the cage. She's going to go with a win for Accrington Stanley. That's right, 1-0 win for Stanley to take it to the house. Over to the Stadium of Light we go next with, of course, Sunderland, I believe. There they are. Up against Gillingham, of course. Wow. Can Sunderland, of course, get back into the top 6, and can Gillingham remain out of the drop zone? Let's take a look at it. Played 13 times in 2003, 7 wins for Sunderland, 2 wins for Gillingham, and 4 draws, of course. Sunderland unbeaten the last 6, 75% form up against the Gillingham side. Just 1 defeat, a past 4 for them, 58% form for them at the moment. Last time around, though, in Sunderland, it was a 2-2 draw back in January 2021. The reverse fixture in Gillingham this campaign was back in October, and was a 2-1 win for Sunderland as well. Sunderland unbeaten against Gillingham over the last 6, of course, and they're coming to this on the back of a 0-0 draw against Lincoln. And we conceded a goal in back-to-back games as well, Sunderland. Meanwhile, Gillingham, though, coming to this on the back of a 2-1 win over Accrington, has actually been back-to-back games without a loss as well for them on this one. Take a look at the odds here. Sunderland coming at you 2-1 on for the Richie 7-2 is draw, 90-4 is your Gillingham on this one. I'd love to see Gillingham win, but unfortunately I think Sunderland will take it with a 2-1 win for them to maintain their top 6 playoffs. That's right, of course. Next up, of course, we have Charlton up against Lincoln City. That's right, at the Valley. That's right, coming at you. Charlton play each other and Lincoln play each other 3 times in 2020. 1 for Charlton, 2 for Lincoln, and 0 draws. Of course, Charlton unbeaten the last 3 now, winning 3 on the bouts for Johnny Jackson's boys, 58% form up against the Lincoln Town side. Of course, just a Lincoln City side. I say that all the time. With a 1-0 win, with 1 win in 5, 42% form for them at the moment. Last around at the Valley, it was a 3-1 win for Charlton. That's back in May 2021. The reverse fixture in Lincoln was a 2-1 win for Lincoln back in October. Of course, Charlton picking up a 1-0 win over Doncaster. That's actually been 3 clean sheets on the bounce in those 3 wins. And of course, Lincoln with a 1-0 loss against Shrewsbury. It's actually been back-to-back games without a goal for Lincoln. Let's take a look at the odds here then, shall we? 21-20 is your Charlton, 12-5 is your draw, and 5-2 is your away win. That's Lincoln City. Nerf says a win for Charlton Athletic. That's right, 1-0 win for Charlton down at the Valley. Another clean sheet, another 3 points. But of course, the season is pretty much over with mid-table obscurity for them this season. Crewe are going to go down at the moment, but of course they're taking on Fleetwood, who are also in a bit of trouble as well. Now these 2 sides have played each other 9 times in 2013, 2 for Crewe, 5 for Fleetwood, and 2 draws, of course. Crewe, though, just 1 win in 6 and 5 defeats on the spin, 17% form for them right now up against the Fleetwood side, who haven't won the last 13 games. Of course, Nerf's getting excited about this one. 8% form for them at the moment. Last round, though, in, of course, Crewe, it was a 1-1 draw back in December, Boxing Day 2020. The reverse fixture in Fleetwood was a 3-0 win for Fleetwood, way back, of course, October 2021. Coming at you, though, Fleetwood with a 0-0 draw against Doncaster, haven't scored in back-to-back games. Up against Crewe, side who haven't scored in the last 3 games. Wow. Coming at you, though, the odds here, Crewe are actually 13-8 for the victory. We've got 21-10 is your draw, and 7-4 is your away win. That's Fleetwood Town. 0-0 for me on this one. Crewe to take the point, but not good enough for them, I don't think, to save their season. Morecambe, of course, up against Burton Albion, of course, must-win game for Morecambe at the moment. 23 times these 2 sides have played each other since 2003. 11 wins for Morecambe, 10 for Burton, and 2 draws, of course. Morecambe, though, 3 defeats on the spin for them, 17% form. Up against the Burton side, of course, just 1 win and 6 for them, 25% form for them at the moment. Last time around in Morecambe was a 2-1 win for Burton back in April 2015. The reverse fixture in Burton out of Pirelli was a 3-2 win for Burton back in October. Of course, Morecambe with a 4-1 loss against Wigan and actually conceded, 12 goals in the last 3 games. Up against the Burton side, of course, who lost 2-0 to Charlton Athletic. Coming at you with the odds here, 8-5 is your Morecambe, 23-10 is your 8-5 is your Burton. Could go either way, according to the bookies. Tight one, this one could give it to Morecambe, just because I think they do a result. And of course, Derek Adams needs to save their season. Can he do it? Can he bloody do it? Of course, Ipswich Town up against Cambridge down at Portman Road, coming at you this weekend. Played the 5 times in 2011, 1 for Ipswich, nothing for Cambridge, and 4 draws, of course. Ipswich, though, unbeaten in the last 6, 75% form for them at the moment. Up against the Cambridge side, just 1 win and 6 for them, 25% form for them at the moment. Of course, last time around, they actually haven't played each other at Portman Road, so it'll be the first occasion here, but the reverse fixture in Cambridge back in October was a 2-2 draw, of course. Ipswich was a 1-0 win over Plymouth, unbeaten in, of course, a long time now, 6 games, of course, up against Cambridge side, who come to us on the back of that 1-0 win over Wimbledon. The odds on this one then, Ipswich are actually 29 on for the victory, 60-5 is your draws, 30-2 is your Cambridge United on this one. Back, of course, Ipswich with a 3-1 win for them. Goals galore, 3 points, of course, in the bag. We'll see how it goes on from there. MK Dons up against Shrewsbury, that's right, over the stadium. MK now play each other. These 2 sides, of course, play each other 19 times, 2006, 7 wins for Milton Keynes, 5 wins for Shrewsbury, and 7 draws, of course. Milton Keynes, of course, unbeaten in the last at least 6 games, winning 5 of the last 6, 92% form. Up against the Shrewsbury Town side, of course, 3 wins on the spin, 67% form for them at the moment. Last time around at the stadium, MK was a 2-2 draw back in November 2020. The reverse fixture, of course, at Shrewsbury back in, of course, October was a 1-1 win for Shrewsbury as well. In fact, the away side has not won in the last 5 games here, of course, with the last time it happened was when MK Dons beat Shrewsbury in Shrewsbury back in May 2018. Of course, Shrewsbury with a 1-0 win over Lincoln, 1-0 win for them. Meanwhile, of course, MK Dons with a 1-0 win over Cambridge last time around as well. The odds here, though, coming at you, MK Dons 5-4 on for the victory, 13-5 is your 10-3 is your away win. That is, of course, Shrewsbury Town. 2-0 win for MK Dons on this one to take it to the house. Green Army up against the, of course, Oxford United. Of course, 2 sides well in thrusted in the playoff battle here. 19 times they played each other since 2011. 4 wins for Plymouth, 12 wins for Oxford, and 3 draws, of course. Just 1 defeat in the past 6 games for Plymouth right now. 83% form up against the Oxford side. Just 1 defeat, past 6 for them. 75% form for them as well. well. Last time I played over in Plymouth was a 3-2 win for Oxford. That was back in December 2020. The reverse fixture, of course, at the Kazan was a 3-1 win for Plymouth back in October. Plymouth picking up a 1-0 loss against Ipswich. Shame. Against the Oxford side, of course, picked up a draw against Ipswich last time around over at the Kazan. The odds here, 6-4 is your Green Army, 23-10 is your draw, 7-4 is your away win. That's Oxford United. Back, of course, the Green Army to get a point here, 2-2 in the end, as both sides remain pretty much as you were. Meanwhile, Pompey against Rotherham United, of course, down at Fratton Park. Now, these two sides, of course, play each other, according to my eyes, 8 times in 2001, 3 wins for Pompey, 4 for Rotherham, and 1 draw, of course. Portsmouth, though, without a win in 3 now, 67% form, just 1 defeat past 6 if you look at it that way. Against the Rotherham side, of course, just 1 defeat, in fact, 1 defeat past 4 for them, 50% form, 1-2 lost, 2 and draw 2 over the last 6. Last time around, though, in Pompey, it was a 3-2 win for Pompey back in November 2019, and of course, Rotherham picking up a 4-1 win over Portsmouth in the reverse fixture back in October. Portsmouth with a 0-0 draw against Wigan, back-to-back clean sheets, in fact, 3 clean sheets on the spin for Portsmouth, but only scoring 1 goal in those last 3 games. Up against the Rotherham side, of course, who got beat 3-0 by Shrewsbury back on the 19th of March. The odds on this one then, shall we have Portsmouth 9-4 for the victory, 23-10 is your draw, 6-5 is your way, and that is Rotherham United. Back, of course, the away side here, 2-1 win for them to maintain top of the league status heading into the next round of matches. Sheffield Wednesday up against Wimbledon, of course, down at Hillsborough. Now, these two sides have played each other just the one time to 2021, was the reverse fixture over in Wimbledon, and we'll get to that shortly. Meanwhile, Sheffield Wednesday with a 1 loss of the last 6, 67% form for them. Up against the Wimbledon side, of course, who have won the last 21 games, 8% form for them over the last 6. Last time around, of course, it was the reverse fixture in Wimbledon as a 2-2 draw back in October. Of course, Wednesday picking up a 4-1 win over Cheltenham, and of course, Wimbledon losing to Cambridge last time around. The odds here, 29 on is your Wednesday, 7-2 is your draw, 5-1 is your away win. That is Wimbledon on this one. Nerf's upset, 2-0 win for Wednesday, but okay, we keep on keeping on. Wigan Athletic up against Bolton Wanderers, bit of a northwest crunch clash on this one. Coming at you, or do we? Yes, we do. Of course, it is the early kickoff on the 2nd of April. Now, these two sides have played each other 26 times, 2005, 10 wins for Wigan, 7 wins for Bolton, and 9 draws, of course. Just 1 defeat, about 6 for Wigan right now, 75% form. Up against the Bolton side, of course, just 1 defeat past 4 for them, 58% form for them at the moment. The last time they played each other at Wigan in the league was back in March 2019. However, they also played each other in the EFL Cup, and it was a 5-4 win for Wigan back in, of course, August this year. The reverse fixture in Bolton was a 4-0 win for Wigan. That was back in October, of course, this calendar year as well, or this season. Bolton coming to us on the back of a 1-0 win over Crewe, and Wigan with a 4-1 win over Morecambe. Of course, the odds on this one then, shall we? What do we have on this? We have Wigan 65 on for the victory, 12-5 is your draw, and 10-3 is your Bolton Wanderers. 3-1 win for Wigan here, of course, keeping up the heat at the top of the table. That's right, second spot will remain, at least second spot for them anyway, of course, with Rotherham also winning. They cannot take over top spot. And then wrap it up. It will be Wycombe, it will be Doncaster, it will be down at Adams Park. Now, these two sides have played each other 8 times, 6-5 wins for Wycombe, 2 wins for Doncaster, and 1 draw. Just 1 defeat in the past 6 there for Wycombe right now, 67% form against the Doncaster side, just 1 win and 3 for them, 33% form for them at the moment. Last time around, though, over at Wycombe, it was a 1-0 win for Wycombe back in November 2019. The reverse fixture at the Keepmoat was a 2-0 win for Wycombe back in October 2021. Of course, Doncaster became a 1-0 loss against Charlton and haven't scored in 4 games in a row. Up against the Wycombe side, of course, just 1 win in a bunch for them. They've also 1, 2, 3 clean sheets and spin for them, scoring just 1 goal in the last 3 as well. So it looks like these two sides, of course, not scoring many goals between the two sides, and of course, Wycombe keeping many clean sheets. Looking at the odds for this one then, 9-4 on is your Wycombe, and now 3-1 is your draw, 50-2 is your Doncaster Rovers. Back, of course, Wycombe with a 2-1 win, maybe a goal for Doncaster to sweeten the deal. That's, of course, my take on it. Be sure to give you your own picks. /League 1 of League 1 if you're English like me, or British anyway. That's the stuff to do right there. And that's it. Nerf is, of course, getting excited. Looking forward to the game. So am I. And, of course, hopefully you guys are too. Smash the thumbs up. Smash the subscribe. Check the links down below. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Twitch. I'm on Facebook. Of course, I'm going to go take care of the hound. Until then, we're done for here.